The Zillow Compass battle, a wake-up call for our industry. Hey everyone, Greg from A.C.B. Realty here with some thoughts on the biggest industry shakeup we've seen in years. So, Zillow and Compass are now in a full-blown legal battle. Compass recently filed an antitrust lawsuit against Zillow, and honestly, this has been building up for months. Here's what's really happening right now. Compass has been using what they call a three-phased marketing strategy where listings first appear on their internal platform, then as coming soon listings before eventually hitting the MLS. But here's the kicker. Zillow's new rule bans any listing that was publicly marketed elsewhere for more than 24 hours before appearing on Zillow. Compass is calling this the Zillow ban and claims it's designed to crush competition in the home search space. The numbers don't lie. Zillow has about 160 million homes in its database, receives 227 million unique visitors a month, and received 2.4 billion visits between January and March. The irony that's been bothering me for years. Here's what's absolutely wild about this whole situation. Zillow wouldn't be where it is today without access to our listings. Think about it. They built their empire by taking the listings we agents work so hard to generate, then turned around and marketed those very same properties to consumers who they then sell back to us as leads. It's like giving someone your product for free, watching them build $1 billion business with it, then having them charge you to access your own customers. Let's be real about both sides. Before we go any further, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Compass isn't exactly innocent here either. They're obviously pushing this private listing strategy to draw more consumers to their own platform and keep them in the Compass ecosystem. They want to control the buyer pipeline just as much as Zillow does. Arguments can be made for both sides of this fight. Compass said in the suit that 94% of the listings the company sold last year were eventually broadly marketed on the MLS and sites like Zillow. But sellers like the phased marketing approach, the perfect storm. NAR's new rules meet Zillow's ban. Here's what makes this lawsuit incredibly interesting. It's happening alongside major changes to industry rules that NAR made earlier this year. NAR announced their new multiple listing options for sellers policy, which introduced delayed marketing exempt listings. For those who don't know, this all ties back to the Clear Cooperation Policy, CCP, the rule that requires any publicly marketed listing to be submitted to the MLS within 24 hours. This has been the foundation of the entire industry debate. Zillow introduced its policy this spring that agents must list their for-sale homes on the site within 1 business day or otherwise face a permanent ban for the listing. Recently, the company began contacting agents who seemed to have violated this policy, and now Zillow has started blocking listings. That's right. Zillow now permanently bans listings that don't play by their rules. Once a listing is banned, it can never appear on Zillow or Trulia for the life of that listing. I can see both sides, but look, I understand the consumer perspective here. Buyers need access to information, and having listings spread across multiple platforms can be confusing and frustrating. Zillow argues that hiding listings creates a fragmented market, limits consumer choice, and creates barriers to homeownership. But here's where I draw the line. These companies have monetized our work and are now dictating how we can market our own listings. The real business model exposed. Compass hit the nail on the head in their lawsuit. For Zillow, every home buyer search conducted on Compass instead of Zillow is a lost opportunity for Zillow to lock that prospective home buyer into Zillow's ecosystem and make money selling her information to real estate agents for a lead fee. Zillow's central business model. That's it right there, folks. Take our listings, attract buyers with them, then sell those buyers back to us as leads. and now they want to control how we can market those listings too. What this means for agents like us. Whether you're Team Compass or Team Zillow on this one, we need to wake up to what's really happening. We've created our own competition by freely giving our listing data to these platforms. They've become gatekeepers to the very consumers we're trying to reach. We're paying them for access to leads generated from our own listings. The fact that EXP, that's EXP, and Redfin have already sided with Zillow on this policy should tell us something about where the industry is headed. EXP CEO Leo Pareja even called Compass's lawsuit desperation, saying, "It's ironic that Compass, a company that's never turned a profit, is choosing to burn cash and credibility on a lawsuit. The battle lines are drawn." Compass CEO Robert Refkin said it best. This lawsuit is about protecting consumer choice. No one company should have the power to ban agents or listings simply because they don't follow that company's business model. That's not competition, it's coercion. But Zillow fired right back, saying the claims are unfounded, and that when a listing is publicly marketed, it should be accessible to all buyers across all platforms. NAR's new policy gives us some control back with delayed marketing options. But Zillow has essentially said, we don't care what NAR says, follow our rules or you're banned forever. The battle lines are now clearly drawn. The bottom line, this lawsuit isn't just about Compass versus Zillow, it's about who really controls our industry. Compass wants an injunction that would prohibit Zillow from implementing and enforcing its Zillow ban and implementing and enforcing similar policies. The company also wants a trial by jury and an unspecified amount in damages. The timing is no coincidence. We're months away from the September 30th deadline for MLSs to implement NAR's new delayed marketing rules, and this lawsuit is happening right as Zillow's ban is being enforced. What are your thoughts? Are we seeing the beginning of the end for agent autonomy, or is this the fight we needed to take back control? This is Greg from A.C.B. Realty. What's your take on this industry shakeup? Let's discuss in the comments.